I'm going to solve this linear system by elimination. 2x plus 3y equals 12. I'm going to call that equation 1. Negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 1. I'm going to call that equation 2. Neither the x terms nor the y terms have equal or opposite coefficients. So I know I can't add or subtract the equations as they stand to eliminate any terms. This means I'm going to have to multiply one equation by a constant or both equations by constants in order to eliminate the x or y terms. I notice that if I multiply equation 1 by 3 and equation 2 by 2, the resulting equivalent equations will have x terms with opposite coefficients. In other words, here I'd get 6x, here I'd get negative 6x. Therefore, when I add the two equivalent equations, the x terms will be eliminated. So I'm going to multiply equation 1 by 3 and equation 2 by 2, and I'm going to add the resulting equivalent equations to eliminate the x terms. Now all terms here are multiplied by 3. 3 times 2x is 6x, 3 times 3y is 9y, and 3 times 12 is 36. So the resulting equivalent equation, which I'll call equation 3, is 6x plus 9y equals 36. All terms here are multiplied by 2. 2 times negative 3x is negative 6x, 2 times 4y is 8y, and 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So the resulting equivalent equation, which I'll call equation 4, is negative 6x plus 8y equals negative 2. Now I'm going to add equations 3 and 4. 6x plus a negative 6x is 0. 9y plus 8y is 17y. And 36 plus negative 2 is 34. So I get 0 plus 17y equals 34. 0 plus 17y on the left is just 17y, so I end up with 17y equals 34. Now 17y means 17 times y. So to get y by itself on the left-hand side, I'm going to divide the left-hand side by 17. But if I divide the left-hand side by 17, I must also divide the right-hand side by 17. 17 divided by 17 is 1, and 1 times y will leave me with just y on the left-hand side. And 34 divided by 17 is 2. So I get y equals 2. Now, I can substitute y equals 2 into either equation and solve for x. I'm going to substitute y equals 2 into equation number 2. Negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 1. So where I see y, I'm going to replace it by 2. So I've got negative 3x plus 4 times 2 equals negative 1. So I'll get negative 3x plus 8 equals negative 1. Now I want to get x by itself on the left-hand side. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 8 from the left-hand side. But if I subtract 8 from the left-hand side, then I must also subtract 8 from the right-hand side. 8 minus 8 is 0. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to have negative 3x. And negative 1 minus 8 is negative 9. So I get negative 3x equals negative 9. Now, negative 3x means negative 3 times x. So to get x by itself on the left-hand side, I've got to divide the left-hand side by negative 3. But if I divide the left-hand side by negative 3, then I must also divide the right-hand side by negative 3. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is 1. And I'll have 1 times x on the left-hand side, which is just x. And negative 9 divided by negative 3 is 3. In other words, the negative divided by a negative gives me a positive. So I get x equals 3. So the solution to this linear system is x equals 3, y equals 2.